How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. A lot of people feel like it's time to move on in the market, maybe getting off crypto completely, getting off growth stocks completely, getting out of the stock market. And I think that's not the best thing to do. And I'm going to explain why that is. We're going to look at some numbers from some hedge funds recently and how they did versus normal retail investors, maybe investing in Bitcoin or Ethereum. Also going to look at a way to make a lot of money, something I'm going to start doing here very soon without really much risk at all. It's going to be through some farming, and it's something that I've never done before. I've never talked about it, but I do want to start doing it here because they pay a significant amount. Also going to look at some news in the market, and I would suggest you stay through to the end because this whole thing is packed. We're going to look at what some whales are doing too. So if you guys don't mind hitting the like button and the subscribe button, I really appreciate that. So before we get into it, I've talked a lot about the boom that's going to happen in crypto gaming, and I wanted to talk to you about MetaSoccer here today. Now, this is a new partner of the channel. You can find their information underneath the video, but you can find, train, play, and earn different NFTs and different soccer players. So this is really cool. This is going to be like a metaverse crypto game for soccer players. You can find youth scouts to explore and find new promising young players for the team. You can train them, play, and earn. There are a handful of different ways to earn. You can sell players who have been discovered by your scouts. You can get sponsorships or merchandise income, and you can win matches and bet. Polygon is part of their investors and partners, and their team has a lot of experience. 6-year-old game studio based in Barcelona, backed by top-tier international VCs. So they've already sold a ton of their NFTs, and one of the last drops that they have is January 7. So pay attention, go follow them on Twitter, check out their website underneath the video. You can see they've already partnered with real-life soccer players such as Thomas Partey, making him an NFT. Of course, you always have to do your research. This is more high-risk, high-reward investing. So definitely go check them out, though. You can see that they have over 100,000 followers over on Twitter, and you can check out their information underneath the video. So overall, the crypto market still pretty red since yesterday. I mean, we've bounced off 42.5. We've held that support a couple times actually, which is pretty bullish. Expect some support around 42.5 and then 40,000 and then maybe about 39,000 after that. Now, not too many people think we're going to fall below that right now, but we have had a lot of liquidations. I've talked about this a lot recently, right? I've said that there's going to be a lot of volatility this week because there is so much leverage in the market. And we did have 725 million in liquidations in 24 hours. So that was yesterday. I think that there could be a lot more liquidations here soon, but I could always be wrong. Now, a lot of people are worried, right? Because they're not outperforming the S&P 500, and they're worried that maybe investing isn't for them. Maybe crypto isn't the right investment either. But I will say this, hedge funds are feeling the same way. Hedge funds are struggling to get new money because their performance was so bad. Hedge funds gained about 8.7% on average from January to November 2021. So this is not good. The S&P 500 was 24% total return over that period. And it's because the largest companies in the world, like Apple, Google, Alphabet, Tesla, the companies that the hedge funds think that they're too smart to buy and they're going to get some more alpha on a smaller stock, they weren't buying them as heavy as maybe the indexes were. So the indexes did really well because these top companies did really, really well. Now, the problem is when they don't see returns, they don't get new money in. And the majority of what they actually make is from their performance and how much money they have under their management. They say that there's a big concern because there's a lack of alpha. They can't figure out the strategy that's going to beat an index. They say that it's because they're not designed to match an index, but rather do well in all market conditions. But did they really do well during the downturn, right? Did they do well during COVID? Not necessarily, right? For them, they're not doing well either. But Bitcoin, I know it hurts to hear this, but Bitcoin was still up 50%. If you take it just from here, 32 to 46, and it was up much higher at other points. And heck, if you're using something like BlockFi to get an interest rate on your crypto, you can get up to, 9.5%? You could have gone even more than this. Even if the market's flat, you get 5%. There's a link to that underneath the video if you're interested in that. But that is something that can set you apart from something like a hedge fund. So instead of a hedge fund costing you 2% or 4% on a 10% return, you can actually get paid 5%, even if nothing moves. So that's just something to pay attention to, right? There are a lot of ways to make money in crypto. And Mike Novogratz, he's a ex-hedge fund guy, pretty bullish on crypto now. He says he knows big institutions who are going through the process to put positions on. So he thinks that they're going to see those as attractive levels to buy. So he's talking about 38,000, 40,000. He says that feels like the bottom. So he's on the inside knowing that the big institutions are getting ready to buy. We have Bitcoin price falling down. We know that they need alpha. They need some way to outperform. And what has been the best performing asset in 10 of the last 12 years? Bitcoin. So a lot of these institutions are probably going to look to allocate. I know we say that a lot, but remember, it takes time. They don't get to just go open up a Coinbase account or a BlockFi account and throw some money in there, and 1 week later they're all set, right? It takes them a lot of time to get this set up. And we do have other billionaires that are saying that's reasonable to allocate towards Bitcoin. You know, people that used to hate Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies are now saying, hey, 1% to 2%, 5%, 10%, you're going to outperform if you just didn't have it, right? And we do have on-chain analysts that are getting back in. We have Will Clemente that says that he was waiting for either 53,000 or low 40s. We're here, and there's been no follow-through on yesterday's lows from the bears. If open interest was aggressively long, or if that leverage was aggressively long, we would have seen a further cascade of liquidations. So he is doing some buying. And it sounds great, right? He was able to get in the low 40s. He sold out much higher than this. But remember, we were just at 46. If it went up to 53 and he jumped back in, people would be giving him a hard time. So he got on the lucky side of this, right, when he got in on the low 40s. But you have to remember, even he is still a long-term stacker. He says that he has a trading portfolio and then also has a long-term buy and hold accumulation portfolio. Now, I think that's all just really important to remember, that there is money coming in. I mean, we still have these different banks that are trying to get more exposure for their clients. So they're going to allow their clients to buy, sell, and hodl Bitcoin. And this just keeps on coming out. A new bank every other day, it seems like. And this takes a long time too. So billionaires are coming in, institutions are coming in, retail investors are going to come in, but it takes time. Now, one piece of news that we have to look at is Polygon. Polygon network activity spikes as NFT sales reach new height. So they had their highest month on OpenSea. We already have almost 500,000 just this far through the month. So they are blowing up over on OpenSea. A lot of people realize that Ethereum is just too expensive, so they're trying to use Polygon's network to save a lot in those fees. And one company that's actually done that too is Unstoppable Domains. So they actually have NFT domains. There's a link to this underneath the video too if you're interested. No renewal fees ever. And you can get something like sam.coin or sam.wallet, and you could have people send money or crypto to that wallet, and then you can plug in your wallet on the back end. So you can also buy and speculate on different NFT domains and try to make money on the secondary market. They switched over to Polygon 2 to make it so that there are no fees, no claiming fees. So definitely check that out underneath the video too if you're interested. Then last piece of news, Binance buys a dip, adding 43,000 Bitcoin to their wallet. So this is their reserve wallet, and they added 43,000 Bitcoin. They have 5.5 billion overall. They are a huge, huge wallet. It has 116.6 thousand BTC. Just amazing. They haven't taken anything out for a while. So it's an amazing amount of Bitcoin that they have accumulated over there. And we do have the third biggest Bitcoin address that continues to buy. He or she bought about 551 Bitcoin since just a few days ago. So the whales are still buying, the exchanges are still buying. The question is, are you buying, right? One thing that I'm going to be doing, which I said, there's a way to make money that is very unrisky, if that's a word in my opinion, is putting UST over on Anchor Protocol. So that's something that I will be doing. So UST is the stablecoin for Luna, and you can turn your Luna, or you can burn your Luna to get UST. Otherwise, you can just convert it. I'm going to start doing that because it pays almost 20%. So if you guys want me to do a video on that, I might do that. I think it's a great way to get some passive income. I mean, think about that. If you put, let's say you put $20,000. Let's say you can get $20,000 on there. That's $4,000 a year. That's $350 a month or so. So that's a great amount of passive income. I mean, that's like having 2 rental properties and you don't have to deal with anything. You just put it on there and then you get the stable coin. So that's a great way of getting some passive income. Let me know if you guys are interested in that down below underneath the video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.